Well, hey everybody, it's been a while since we had an admin update, and our list just kind of kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so at the end of the day, we kind of thought it'd be easier to split our admin update into 3 sections, just so that nobody was sitting there for 45 minutes. So this is section 1 of 3, or segment 1 of 3. And this particular segment is going to focus on SPRC, which is called Staff Parish Relations Committee. It's the HR team in the church. And they've been doing some incredible work coming up over the course of the first half of this year with kind of a long-range strategic staffing plan. It is not finalized yet, but while that was in process, Bobby Rackley, who was an appointed clergy with us not long ago, he was reappointed to Spring Hill United Methodist Church down just outside of Lillington, which already just felt like such a great place for him, and everybody's in love with each other, and it's great. I think reports both from Bobby and from Amanda are just things are going so well down there, and so we're super excited for him, even though we still are grieving a bit ourselves. And we made the note when we announced his transition that we would not be receiving another appointed clergy person behind him. So right now we have 3 appointed clergy. I'm here, Hope Ledbetter-Bach is here, and Bobby Rackley, of course, is who we're talking about. And so most of the time in the Methodist Church, when one person leaves, they send another person to take that person's seat. But because we had been doing some work on the strategic staff planning, we actually felt like this was an opportunity for us to pivot in kind of a different direction, to give something else a try. I'd like to talk about that specifically now. And I think that this decision that the SPRC has made is one that I think some people have asked questions like, does this mean we're falling backwards? I actually think this is a step in a direction that might be really helpful for our church as we grow. So let me see if I can just explain a little bit about this particular transition, and then there'll be more to come on this strategic staffing plan as we go forward. So let's talk about this position. Excuse me. We are going to replace Bobby's position with 2 slightly different positions. The first position, and we're going to, right now the plan is to make this hire as we get into the fall, so October, November, December, will be a director of discipleship. And having a director of discipleship without the clergy responsibilities that Bobby had will allow this person to put their full focus onto things like group life, helping us engage in our community, as well as all sorts of discipleship types of handoffs that'll help us all continue to grow in our faith, no matter what it is that we're coming up against. So just continuing to offer great resources to anyone who wants to grow in their faith. And again, because we'll be taking off congregational care responsibilities, preaching responsibilities, though this person may do some of that, it will not primarily be their responsibility. And so we think that this is really going to help. The program that Bobby worked to kind of build upon will be built upon by having someone that can focus more fully just on that. And so that'll be the sort of the main kind of replacement of most of the work that Bobby was doing. In addition to that, we are going to hire a part-time clergy person. I'm going to tell you who it is in just a second. We already know who it is, so you'll be excited. But we were hopeful to find a person in a retired situation who might desire to come back and just do congregational care, that can just really focus on helping our congregation to continue to care for itself. This person will report to Hope Ledbetter-Bach, who is our pastor of community life. And right now, she is running our congregational care system. She's really been working on equipping all the teams that we have in our church to, again, make sure that we can provide holistic care to everybody who needs it. But Bobby was doing about 10 to 15 hours a week of that. And so that can't go to Hope. That can't come to me. So this particular pastor will help kind of take some of that off and will help give Hope hopefully a little bit more bandwidth to do some of the equipping work of that team, maybe develop some new opportunities for us to care for folks. And so that's who it is. So coming off the bench, he's been retired for a little while. Most of you already know him and love him. The Reverend Ray Broadwell is going to come and serve among us part-time, and he's super excited. Melissa is super excited, but neither of them are as excited as we are. And so we're thrilled. If you know Ray, you already love Ray. If you don't know Ray, I'll say this. He was a pastor here in the early 2000s for a handful of years. left to go for another flock of sheep, and then became the district superintendent. And this was one of his churches that he helped oversee. And so he's been worshiping here. He and his family worship here. Most all of his family worships here, those who are in town. And it's already his family. And so we're just really excited that he's going to be able to help us continue to care for his family in this way, in a new sort of way. He loves to do pastoral care. We're going to have a chance to introduce him in 2 weeks or so. And so he's already coming on board. He's already going to be making some visits and reaching out to people and that sort of thing. But one of the things that we really want to make sure he's able to do is to continue to go and preach at other churches for other pastors. That's something he's really enjoyed in this season. And so he's already got responsibilities in other places, though he will be preaching at the 9 o'clock service on the 1st. And so you'll get a chance to see him. But if you see him, welcome him. We're going to get his email address. We'll put that in the email that this comes out on later so that you can email him and say welcome if you'd like to. But we're just super thrilled. This is great. I love Ray Broadwell, and I, just tickled pink that we're going to have a chance to work together in this capacity. And someone's going to make fun of me for saying tickled pink, and that's fine. But I'm very excited, if you couldn't tell. So we're thrilled to be able to share that news with you today. Also, again, more news to come SPRC-wise on our staffing strategy and all those sorts of things. Right now, I think we're all trying to sort out what the post-COVID reality looks like and how that affects our team and the needs of our staff here at the church. And so everything is still kind of being held with open hands. So more in that to come for sure. But the SPRC has just been doing an incredible job all year, both caring for us as a staff, as well as sort of making plans for what comes next. So anyway, that's that. If you have questions about that, like I said, feel free to reach out. I know some of you already have. Sorry for not providing more clarity earlier on, but hopefully this helps. And again, would love for you to reach out and welcome Ray when you get a chance. I look forward to having a chance to introduce him to everybody and worship in a few weeks. So lots of excitement there. And so thus ends section 1 of 3. More to come. Thanks for listening. For saying